All right, you guys ready to go?
We are.
And we'll go live here. And welcome to the program. My name is Justin Clark. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Behind the Law of Justin Clark. AlliMac McDolan here with you on a beautiful Thursday. Is it Thursday already?
Thursday.
Is this week 2 of the Daily Show already in the books?
Yes.
Unbelievable. What do you guys think? Are we keeping up a decent pace? Are we okay with this or what?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I think it feels like a lifetime.
It feels like we've been doing it for a long time already.
I do know that the lights are kind of bright, so we've got to wear shades.
Yeah, so we need to talk about this right out of the box. We're wearing red glasses. Can someone please explain to me why you have red sunglasses on?
Maybe
right
our
now?
guest can.
Okay. So, well, might as well bring you in then right away. Her name is Suzanne VanNostrand. Brought in today red sunglasses for us all to wear, and I have no idea why. Can you help me understand it? Welcome to the show, by the way, Suzanne.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
So what's up with these red glasses?
Well, first of all, red means power and money.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So you're super
I
rich.
have neither.
No,
I'm very powerful.
Yeah.
but I really, that's why it's my favorite color, because it's good to dream big. So I came up with the idea to brand some glasses with a previous company that I was with, and the reason why, because they were great, and it's a sunshine state. I mean, even though it has a hurricane every day at 3 o'clock, we need sunglasses in our life.
So your last name is VanNostrand. So it's one of these like V-A-N and then capital N. When someone writes your name and they don't capitalize the N, do you get super mad?
I
Or no?
super mad.
Okay.
No, it's
I
worse
figured
though if
that.
they call me Susan. If someone calls me Susan, then I cut them. I'm a Cancer, so I cut them out of my life. And then
Do you like Susie?
no, yes,
Uh,
but I-E, not with a Y.
Oh, of
You better.
course.
so, all right.
Sure.
Suzanne, how do you guys know each other? How do you know AlliMac, by the way? I know she invited you here today. We're happy to have you, but how do you guys know each other?
Well, I realized there was somebody in Orlando that has a bigger mouth than me, and
She
There
knows
There you
you.
go.
She knows
Touche,
you.
and here's the shades.
So you wanted to know,
Yeah.
See, we can't see her eyes, so we really don't know how you're
No,
thinking here.
I love her. Allie comes from a legal background, and I come from a medical background. So with her company and my company, it was an instant love connection.
Let me guess. You go to the Citrus Club every day too, and that's why you guys hang out?
And we're alcoholics.
Okay, I see. It's perfect.
Keep it on the down. Please just keep it on the
Here, I'll
down.
drink to
Yeah,
that.
Let's drink to
Yeah,
that.
who brought
Cheers.
margaritas today, by the way? How did this margarita thing happen? It's a mango
Mango-rita.
Rita.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Bud 94.1, ladies and gentlemen. We should not be drinking mango Ritas on the program.
Well, normally,
Don't tell
just like
anybody.
just like the glasses, I'm trying to invent the Susie Rita,
There you go.
I like
but
that one.
I know, right?
It's a good idea.
I'm a little nervous about
What would
Hawaii,
that
though, guys.
entail? What would you
What?
put in Susie Rita?
It's whatever particular you like, preferably nothing with the word Jose in it, and water, 2 limes, and a lemon.
I'm a little worried about Hawaii. Have you seen McDolan? This hurricane's bearing down on Hawaii. You don't normally see a big
gosh.
one hit Hawaii. Is this going to be a direct shot or what?
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna go kind of veer to that.
Okay.
What
They're still gonna,
category is it?
well, that's 4 now.
4?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
There's a
So,
lot of troops
but
there.
is it going to make landfall in Hawaii or no? Do you know?
It's still kind of erratic. They're already feeling the rain in a way.
But I mean, if a Cat 4 hits Hawaii, I mean, that's going to be devastation, isn't it?
I would think so.
That's
I
yeah.
mean, that would be
Well, and they have
pretty
nowhere
bad.
to go.
Right?
Where
I
are
mean,
they
where are you
gonna
going to
go?
evacuate? So
Up in
there's
the
no
mountains?
evacuation.
Inside the volcano?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
What, now, how's that gonna affect the volcano too?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Man,
Well, the Marines are there, I know that.
You know what else I know though?
what?
Surfers from all
Oh,
around the
Oh, that's
world
right.
Loving it.
are
I bet.
converging on the big
I bet they're
island.
loving that right now.
They're
You know, I've never been a
right.
surfer, and let me tell you why. I'm scared to death of sharks. You couldn't catch. I wouldn't go out. I'll put my toes in, man. That's about as far as I'm gonna go. What do you think about sharks?
Agreed.
I mean,
I completely agree. And my uncle's a shark diver who's an
Oh.
attorney, so he's a shark that swims with a shark. And he's a nutcase.
Yeah.
This is a shout out to my Uncle Paul right now because you're a fruitcake. Yeah.
So what do you think? Are you good swimming in the ocean, McDolan, or no?
Yeah, well,
You're fine with that.
I'm fine.
What about you, Allie?
You know,
You
the
an
odds are
ocean swimmer?
crazy.
I'm not.
Oh,
Ever since I saw the movie Jaws,
Yeah.
forget it.
you know, sometimes if I go to like Mexico or something and you can see it's very, very clear, I'll kind of swim around a little bit. But like when I'm out at the beach, and Ormond Beach is where we have a place, no chance in hell am I like swimming out there. I do have a paddleboard though.
So you want to see the shark come up
Right,
and eat you.
exactly. I
Gotcha.
want to know what's going on. I need to be in control. And if the sharks don't get you, the jellyfish
Right
will.
up to the end.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh, don't worry about sharks, man. You're more likely to get struck by lightning. Like, well, if the sharks don't get me, the jellyfish will. Right? I don't have to pee on
Or the
myself.
red tide.
Now, I'm a buffet for a shark, so I am not going in that
Yeah,
water.
no way. But so I do have a paddleboard, right? So you know the paddleboard, those things that is it paddleboard? That you stand up on and do that? I do that in the ocean.
Boogie board?
No,
Oversized,
like a paddle, like a big long thing that you take out in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. And I've had it for about 6 months. I've only used it once, but in my
Only
head,
on the beach, or have
Yeah.
you done it in the?
I've done it in the lake before, but I've only tried it in the ocean once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think about alligators? I mean,
No,
Well, I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
there's
They're fine.
dangers in lakes too, Justin.
so where I come from in Tennessee, the
Alligator.
lakes are like absolutely beautiful. You know, like no real snakes, they're crystal clear, and no alligators, right? Real Florida people have no problem like swimming in these dark ponds. It was what they really are. And I would never be caught dead in one of these ponds, would you?
I live on one.
Absolutely.
You swim in these things?
Absolutely.
AlliMac?
No,
Yes,
Oh,
you do.
When I
wow.
was little, yes.
You
Now
do. You paddleboard. You're a liar. I
I don't
see you.
swim
You only
there.
live
I don't
once.
swim.
But paddleboarding is
You-
fine.
I don't
But she gets
ever.
in the water.
No.
What if you fall? You have to get.
I make sure I don't
I
But
live
it's
on a lake.
different. No, I mean I can understand paddleboarding. That makes sense because you're not in the water, right?
You have to
I
get
highly
in the water.
recommend. And then they say this too, McDowell. They say, well, the alligators are more scared of you than you are of them. And I'm like, no, I
They are.
assure you. I assure
It's
you
a
that is not
it's
true.
a reflex, the bite is a
Oh,
reflex.
yeah.
Thank
They're
you.
just like,
Yes.
All right.
Brilliant.
321-282-1055. YouHavePower.com. You're listening to Behind the Law, Justin Clark and AlliMac. Suzanne VanNostrand is here today. Suzanne, we had a little pre-show meeting today. First pre-show meeting I've ever had, actually. That was fun. It was great to
I
get to know
love
you.
first timers.
But I asked you, like, what do you do? How do you make money? What are we going to talk about today? And I still don't know the answer to that. Please help me understand what you do.
what do you do?
What do you do?
Well, I married my husband who has benefits.
Oh,
I like that.
Smart lady.
Yeah. No, what I do is I started my own company, Professional Impact Care for the doctor. And I do a lot of branding coaching for physicians, and I'm taking it nationwide.
What do they need help with?
Well, a lot of times there are physicians out there that definitely are confident in their medical skills. However, they're a little bit afraid of attorneys because they're sharks.
Hey, look, man, you can say whatever you want.
Just
It's
saying.
an open forum.
It's true. There's lots of rumors behind personal injury and liability, and they're afraid to sometimes be questioned, on this, litigation or anything like that. So I try to talk to them and talk them into maybe just coming over, because we need good doctors that are willing to treat injured patients. It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand what you do. Help me.
She's a coach.
You're a
Yes,
coach, so
yeah,
you coach them on
physicians.
what? On how to not get sued?
Yeah, no, working in the personal injury business, building their brand.
Consultant.
Yeah,
You're a
consulting,
consultant and you're
marketing,
helping with their
building their brand,
It sounds
making their
like-
business. I'm a professional matchmaker is what I like to call it. And I introduce, for example, you take a neurologist and a neurosurgeon and an orthopedic and a chiropractor, and you throw them in one room and you put a bunch of sharks in that room with them. I mean, it's like chum in the water.
That's true.
It
It's very,
And
very
especially
true.
if their CVs are amazing, and that's my goal, is to get good physicians in the world for these people, these injured human beings that need help.
So I have a lot of doctor-physician clients as well. And one thing they're not good at is financial decisions typically. I mean, doctors are notorious, and look, I love you guys. I have a million doctor
Are
friends.
they Jewish? I'm Jewish.
we don't even go
What is
there.
it that you call yourself?
I'm a
You're
Jap.
So,
Jewish American princess.
but
Yes.
generally speaking, doctors are not great at financial decisions.
That's
They
true.
just aren't. And part of it's they're so busy. And the healthcare today, as a physician or as a surgeon or whatever you are, to make money, you have to see so many patients, McDolan.
Yeah.
You have to see so many patients per day. You just don't have time to really give all of your time and energy into each patient when you're seeing 40 or 50 a day. It's unbelievable.
So time management, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm really kind of glad you brought that up, especially where the laws are going now with PIP laws and how Medicare does their Medicare reimbursement and what personal injury actually does pay out a lot of doctors that do have these amazing CVs, and they are, you know, Ivy League trained. They're afraid to take letters of protection because they just don't understand what they are. And they are afraid of that.
What is a letter of protection?
Well, it's like an IOU. So do you want to get paid now, or do you want to get paid when the case settles? Because a lot of times, you know, it depends. And talking them into that, which is for my company right now, I'm kind of sponsoring Black Point Funding. My girl Josie Williams, she's the founder. So these red glasses have her logo on the side of these with Black Point Funding. She does medical funding and cash advances for people that are injured.
So what it is, Mick, is that, let's say you get injured, right? You get rear-ended, and I have to send you to a doctor to get medical treatment, but you don't have private health insurance. So I have to say, hey, doc, we're going to pay you at the end when we settle the case. So they'll make me sign a letter of protection or an LOP saying, doc, we can't pay you now. My client doesn't have any money, and we don't have any health insurance, but at the end of the case, I promise you I'm going to even pay you back before I pay my client. That's a letter of protection. That's how a lot of personal injury cases are really handled, because there's no money. I mean, once you go through your PIP, which is 10 grand,
it's usually eaten up by, you know, somebody else before they actually get to the neurosurgeon, the neurologist, the physiatrist, you know, the psychiatrist, which is what I travel with daily. You know, but honestly, because to keep it all and stable, you have to be able to explain that to them. My goal is to make sure that these guys understand that they can either get paid right away, or it's okay to, as long as they're confident in their medical skills to be a doctor, it's okay to take personal injury.
you know, let's talk a little bit about doctors, physicians, and bedside manner. Have you ever been to a doctor's office and thought, this guy wouldn't give me the time of day? Let's talk about bedside manner with physicians right on the other side of this break. My name is Justin Clark. Behind the Law, Bud 1941. I'm afraid my phone might die. I don't know if we have any solution for that or not.
You're lucky you weren't in here yesterday. Yesterday was warm.
It was hot in here?
Yeah.
So you have
They
some-
probably turned the
Justin, do you
buildings,
have a plug?
or the
I do have that. I don't know if I'm gonna reach or anything.
maybe.
No, it's not
This
white.
is my real hair, it's not extensions,
It's a black
so
cord.
I cannot remove it. Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, the weave is coming off, but it's not a weave.
Is there any way to plug it in or no?
It's too far.
What percent, does it say what percentage is on
I'm gonna have to.
Am I talking too
I'm
much?
gonna have
No,
to
you're
log
doing
off of
great.
it.
What?
I'm gonna have to log
The guest
off
is
of it.
king.
I can't see, I'm gonna have to power down, I can't see that.
Open it.
Oh, you still
Princess.
have about 25%.
Okay.
That's not enough.
I want Allie to talk too.
I know, Al, you can show
I'm
me.
about to ask you something.
She just can't get a word in edgewise
I'm
because of
sorry.
me.
You guys are
I'm
so.
sorry.
Maybe
Stop
like
talking
make her
to
the big
her.
mouth.
I do. I got a much bigger mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the real Suzanne out.
Okay.
Wait a minute, no, wait. What do you
Howdy,
mean?
girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl.
Oh, welcome back to the show. It's Behind the Law with Justin Clark and AlliMac. We have Orlando radio legend Mick Dolan here, as always, talking to Suzanne VanNostrand. And do not forget to capitalize the N
No,
after
she gets
Van.
mad.
She gets super duper angry about that. So, AlliMac, during the break, you know, but before you guys couldn't hear us talking, obviously we were on a break. You said, "I'm going to bring out the real Suzanne." What did
That
you
was
mean by
right.
that?
So,
Yeah,
have
let's
at
go
it.
ahead. Have at it.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
wait,
It wasn't
time
the
out,
real
time out.
Suzanne,
But
it was funny girl out
Wait,
here.
okay, time out. The adult show needs to be held on Sirius Radio.
Look, look.
We can mostly say.
Pretend like no
anything.
one's listening. It's okay.
Okay,
It's just the four of
bleep,
us.
bleep,
It's just the
bleep.
four of us.
So how do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on bringing out the real
I want to
Suzanne?
ask her
Okay.
a few questions.
All right.
Okay,
First
I will
off-
not name doctors by names.
No, don't. I want to know how long you've been in the industry.
Okay, I've been in this industry for 18 years. Well, going on 18 years. I have, yes, and I'm alive still.
In the Orlando area, in the
In Orlando, California, New Jersey. I started traveling once my husband got stationed up in New Jersey with the Marine Corps. We came back here and I started traveling, doing traumatic brain injury lectures nationwide.
Suzanne's a little thing about Suzanne when I met her. She is such a funny kind of just you know, she speaks her mind. It's more of a what you see is what you get. There's nothing
behind a
fake
curtain.
about her or anything like
Yeah.
that. She's always willing
Even
to.
my hair is real, everybody. I know a lot of people judge this. Mick here can pull it. My hair is real, people.
You're the first person to ever ask Mick Dolan to pull their
That's-
hair on
no,
the air today.
Well, actually, no.
No?
She's not.
No, really?
And I won't. I'll
You're not
leave
even
it
the
at
first
that.
person this day who's asked him to do
I'll
that.
leave it at that.
Oh.
So let me ask you this question, because apparently, a lot of what you do is you have to sell yourself to doctors, I guess. I mean, your
Yes.
doctors are your clients, so
Correct.
doctors tend to be pretty busy. Like, how do you actually?
I will admit from the beginning of where I started in my medical career, having started as a technologist working in the hospital, already working hand in hand with the physicians, having that medical background, it was a little bit different. I like to say where I came from, I coached pretty much sales reps with diagnostic companies and helped them, because it's just like working for like a car sales place. You can't sell a car unless you know how it works. Right, so I'm an opener and a closer a lot of times.
So you educate them.
Pretty much. And a lot of times they come looking for me, and I don't mean to say that, I don't know, that's like kind of arrogant.
No, it's not. I mean, I think it's honest. If that's how it really is, that's good. So they actually call you. You don't
Yes.
have to go there and like beg to set up a meeting with them.
Correct.
You're
That's
also
great.
traveling quite a bit.
Yes,
over in the West Coast.
Yes,
as well.
the West Coast. And I have it's great. I have a lot of supporters. In this industry, as you know, with personal injury, you have a lot of either supporters
Or
or you
haters.
have haters. It's true, and it's okay. And I've always told myself, if they're not talking about you, that means you're not relevant. So, or if they're talking bad about you, that means that they're either jealous of you or they just can't be you. So, it is what it is.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. Mick Dolan, back in your like real heyday, when you were the famous Mick Dolan, I mean, you must have heard bad things about yourself
Way
out there, right?
back then.
No, I don't mean that. I mean,
Just last week.
in your real heyday, like at the real boom of the Orlando radio markets.
Everybody has haters.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I certainly have haters. It seems like
and I try to address them, even now.
Yeah.
You do. You just don't ignore them.
No, you can't ignore them.
It-
Well, I mean, it depends, but you have to assess the situation.
Yeah.
And if
I
it
cry.
is-
I cry a little bit sometimes.
If it-
I'm emotional.
I
You do a
don't.
little.
I don't cry, but that's okay.
Where are you from?
Well,
Where did you grow up?
I either want to fight or cry, I think.
Where did you grow up, Suzanne?
Well, I'm a Jap, so all my family's from New York, but I was born in Plantation, Florida, so I grew up pretty much in Florida.
Got it. How long?
Born
is
on
it?
the plantation.
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
A woman
North
of the
Cuba. I'm like, it's basically North Cuba is where I'm from.
All right, so one day you graduate high school. I imagine you went to college or something like that.
Yeah.
How in the world do you get into this? I'm going to coach doctors business.
So it was interesting because I was after finishing and scanning at I would say the hospital. I was working at the hospital and I transferred to another company. I realized I just could not, improve anymore with that particular company. I could not go any higher. So I applied to medical school at the Burnett School of Medicine. I was a single mom at the time. At that same time, I got offered a job to take over another business and build it from the beginning, and that's where I made my leap. So that was it.
So I do have a resume here from you. You're, sort of this is who I am.
Mhm.
There are a lot of initials after your name. What do all these mean? I see BS, RT, R, MR. What are all these things? What are all these
I'm
degrees?
full of BS. So that's what it means. I'm
Likewise.
licensed,
There's a BS
registered,
after me.
That's why we like
registered.
you.
Yeah, I'm a
So
registered.
what are all these?
I have my registered technologist in MR and radiography. So I do MRIs, radiography, like I could do CTs, X-rays, fluoroscopy in-house, like work in a hospital. In Florida, they have things called basic marine machine operators, BMOs. Those people just go to get a certificate. They don't usually have a college degree. So a lot of times there's a difference between being called a technician or a technologist. When I worked, it's like calling me Susan. I would take offense to that. I'm a technologist. Because you work hard for all those little initials after your name, so that's why.
So you have additional training to become a technologist.
Yeah, so you have my bachelor's in biomedical science, and then I have mine in radiologic science, and then I did my fellowship for 15 months in MR, and then so I sat for two different boards of certification on top of that, and then you do over 5,000 comps within the hospital.
It's a lot of work.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
A lot of work.
And a lot of our listeners are are considering sort of discontinuing working for the man. You know, they want to start their own business. I mean, that's a real leap of faith,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
how did you really make that decision? I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not going to just work for this paycheck.
One of the things I'm just gonna say, and then you can go on, that you wrote on your interview sheet that I wanna point out, is this is your words, I'm about vision, direction, growth, greatness, and success.
Yes.
So then that goes along with your question.
Yes.
Is that still part of the BS?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally. It kind of that just gave me goosebumps. Do I have goosebumps? Right. Well, you can't see
I
probably
can't
with these
see really.
glasses, but I do.
really
I do have.
good.
I gave look. I have. Like I have the hair standing up right now because it's true. It took a big leap of faith, and I will say that knowing that you have a paycheck come in every 2 weeks is fantastic. I've had my own LLC for a long time. Chasing doctors, like you said, are horrible with their finances. It's true. Doctors sometimes don't understand attorneys. Attorneys sometimes don't understand doctors. I've always been this middleman between them, like a tug of war rope. So I took that leap of faith because my husband supported me 100%, and he was really good with budgeting.
And are you happy you did it, or you wish you could go back to the paycheck?
No. I'm really happy that I did it. I'm frustrated when I have to chase people because usually the first thing people realize when they start getting business through the door or they're successful and they see this coming, they feel like those connections. It's all about connections and having relationships in this industry and this business. And they feel like once the patients start coming through the door from those relationships, it's going to keep coming. So it's easy to cut that person out of their life. I've seen that a lot. It's happened to me, and it's happened to many of us in this industry. So sometimes you're chasing that paycheck around. It's hard.
The PI industry is
Yeah.
hard for
What about you, AlliMac? You're self-employed. When
Yeah.
did you decide to make the jump, and are you happy you did, or?
First off, I'm very, very happy that I did, and I decided to make a jump after about 8, 9, 10 years in the PI industry, and I wouldn't turn back.
What
at all.
percentage of your revenue monthly goes to the Citrus Club, would you say?
Justin.
What? It's true.
They
Let-
have a free
I have no
buffet
idea
every
what
day.
you're talking about.
She has to take her glasses off to answer that
What'd you
one.
say?
I just had a beautiful
Free
event there.
breakfast, free
Yeah.
buffet for lunch. They have different specials. But
Yeah.
no,
Two
a
for
very
ones.
small percentage of my.
If you're listening at the Citrus Club and you want to sponsor a segment on this program,
Yeah, you really
it
should.
seems like we
That's
end
a
up
good
talking
idea.
about you quite a
Definitely.
bit.
I did just have an event there, I will let you know, and the room holds like 20 people in the wine room. It was fabulous, and if I were to do that kind of event anywhere else, and I've been to places all over Winter Park, I grew up in Dr. Phillips in Bay Hill. I mean, it's like ridiculous. I mean, those people are ridiculous there. This place, this is just, it's ridiculous. But this place was amazing, and it really wasn't that bad. You should think about it, Justin. You really should. Let me recruit
I haven't
you.
met her yet.
Can I
No,
recruit you?
because I go from my house to my office to my house to my office. And I never even leave my office. It's so hard for me to get downtown. In fact, I have a rule that I don't go south of Lee Road. That's about as far south as
So
I
that's
go.
why you didn't come down last night.
That's right. Yeah, but I'm going to start coming. I'm going to start coming to some of these events with you, pal. For sure. Anything coming up with Bud 94? One that we need to talk about, by the way.
Yeah, we've got a couple of things.
What's this burrito thing?
You mean you're talking about
The walkathon or something?
No, it's a 5K.
5K.
The not 5K taco.
Yeah, please. I want you to sign up for this. What is
It's
this?
a totally ridiculous event, but it's a fundraiser. It's part of the fundraiser. It's a benefit, and I can't remember who it's for, but it's a good cause. And basically you eat tacos and
run?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I'm
And
down
it's
with
That
certainly
is
not
AlliMac
down
all
with
the
that.
way.
Not
That's like Taco
5K.
Tuesday, AlliMac.
It's
Even
a-
on a Tuesday.
It's about a 5 foot, not a 5K. It's really not. No, it's on a Sunday.
It's the only 5K that you will ever go to and gain weight. Right?
No, you don't need to be a runner,
Yeah.
but you could dress like one.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Sure. And it's at Longwood's Ryder Park, and it's a smaller park. They've renovated it. It looks great, and they're doing a grand opening the day before. But it's September 16th is when it happens.
Some people don't know what kind of heart Mick Dolan actually has, and when it comes to events and some things that he does to give back to this community. I'm going to tell you girls, right on the other side of this break, about Big Doe and what a big heart he really does have. 321-282-1055. Justin Clark with you on Behind the Law, Bud 9041.
Taco run, really?
Yes.
That's like amazing. I don't run unless I'm being chased.
It's
but,
a not taco. It's a not 5K taco. So in other words, it's
it's a taco every day.
5 feet maybe. I don't know.
It's 5 feet.
It doesn't
They
matter.
give you a taco every time you
like
reach
go a
a
lap?
You know what? I don't know all the ins and outs of it. just
Maybe
yet,
it's like
'cause still a
maybe
month.
it's like laced tacos,
There you go.
like power
Kona-
tacos.
Well, Kona Beer is a sponsor, so maybe
Yeah.
put a little
Oh.
Kona on it.
What else do I need to have on for you, like, for me not to forget? I mean, we'll keep shooting.
Do you
the
have
shit.
any events coming up, or do you have any?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh crap! I need to look on my calendar. We just
Have
it's just
anything?
finished.
There's
I call
nothing
it,
here
I call
as
it
far as-
Tech Month.
Heck.
But it's really, I say the other word, but
Oh, yeah.
it was August because we had the FCA convention, we had the FCPA convention, we had the Workers' Comp convention. Just had the CFTLA event last night for raising the bar. So it's been something every single night, and I'm leaving to San Diego now.
Save that for the radio.
Yeah.
Bye.
Do you also, we haven't given out your email address
Okay.
or any of your
Yeah.
contact
Yeah.
information either.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that for the Suzanne at
Okay.
fourdoctor.com, and then if you want to do the Black Point funding. And did you want to speak about the insurance
That's
and the motorcycle
Things,
insurance?
do you want to bring that up?
Sure, you can.
Sure,
You can do
sure.
whatever you want.
You do whatever you
Well,
want.
the importance of it,
Yeah.
having what type of health
think
automobile
people-
insurance benefits,
Yeah.
full
I
coverage,
just think
uninsured motorists,
We need to find
motorcycle.
people that can relate to people like us.
And
with
welcome
us.
back to the program. My name is Justin Clark. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Behind the Law. 321-282-1055. Plenty of ways to interact with us. Watch the show live on Facebook or any past show at ATTY Justin Clark. You can ask us questions right there directly, and we will answer them live on the air. You listen to us every weekday on our favorite radio station, Bud 9041. Watch the show Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on Central Florida's 27 WRDQ. AlliMac is here. Mick Dolan is here. And we have a special guest today, Suzanne Van. Don't forget to capitalize the VanNostrand. How are you?
I don't know why you're so fixated on that.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
It's,
Yeah, it's so funny because I
He's
didn't put that
struggling
on there.
back there.
let me tell you
And
guys.
it's VanNostrand, by the way, but.
VanNostrand.
but it's,
So I'm butchering it, but I'm making sure it's spelled
but
properly.
it's so cute. I'm not correcting you.
Please feel free to.
Aw.
But we're all on the same team here. You can
Yeah.
correct me. I want to tell you a quick Mick Dolan story, though, please, if I may.
I
So
thought
we had an
that was
event.
funny.
We had an event for autism awareness. This might have been 6 months ago now. And he was nice enough to come out all the way down in, was it Kauai or something? Kauai?
Way out there.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
Winter Garden. I don't know where it was.
God's
but
country.
it was a nice little piece. I think it started at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Mick Dolan comes all the way down there and sort of MCs the event for me. And it was for a great cause, of course. It was training first responders to deal with people
With
afflicted by autism.
Right.
Because, you know, when you're a first responder and you can't communicate with them, it's hard to understand how to do it. And then I said, Mick, I really appreciate you coming, man. And I gave him whatever cash was in my wallet. He said, okay, I'll take it. But he went right over and donated it to the organization.
Aw.
I mean,
That's
you know,
sweet.
that was, and I know I told you thank you, but we've never talked about it since. I wanted to again,
Aw.
I wanted to again express my appreciation. That's a good heart. I mean, it's his
Yes.
weekend too.
Yeah.
I know he's a big famous radio host and all, but
But
he
you
can have.
see, Justin, whatever it is, it beats working.
Yeah,
I mean, you come out, you have a little fun for a
For
good
life.
cause, and why not?
So I appreciate that very much. So he gave it directly back to the organization. How nice is that?
So Mick, I'm having an event. October 22nd. So if you would like to
Hey,
come.
you know what? I'm busy that day.
No.
I'm
Show
sorry.
the big heart. Aw.
Yeah, I left it over
Mick,
there.
I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
I'll give you a Susie Rita.
Oh,
Yeah.
will that be the first one ever?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to make my way around this town and inventing it.
At my law firm, we deal with people who have accidents, right? All the time. People are injured in an accident due to someone else's negligence. One of the more scary cases that we ever get is a motorcycle accident. you couldn't pay me $1 million
Oh, I know.
to get on two wheels out
I
there.
agree.
I mean, there's just no way in the world I would ever ride a motorcycle myself. I think it's the dumbest thing you can do. That being said, I understand it gives you peace of mind. You know, you're out in the open road, and that's where you're comfortable, and I understand that, right? I get it, motorcycle riders. I understand, but there are special consequences that come with an accident because you're on a bicycle essentially traveling 80 miles an hour down the interstate.
No protection at all.
And Suzanne, I know that you like to inform people about motorcycle insurance and some special things that you can do. Please.
I do. I like to scream this from the rooftop. One, not just because I worked in the OR for many years and we called them donor cycles, so other people might be a little bit more appreciative of the donor cycle. But I know from my husband being in the Marine Corps, as soon as those guys or girls go over and they come back, they have all this money, they go out and they buy crotch rockets. And I confirmed that I was able to say that word. So,
Disclaimer.
So the problem is, in Florida law does not require you to carry motorcycle insurance when you have a motorcycle, or in Florida, a helmet. And I love when I talk to people and they're like, well, I wore a helmet, but do you really think that helmet really helped? I mean, it does help, and I will tell you, it did help my brother-in-law, he's gonna kill me for saying this, when he was in a motorcycle accident, and he was told 2 months prior to being in that accident, and the accident was not his fault. He was lucky he was a great driver, or rider, I don't know how
Was he
you call it.
wearing a helmet?
He was wearing a helmet. However, he shattered his pelvis and road rash on his legs, and a car pulled out in front of him. There was nothing he can do. He tried to go across 3 lanes and slid right underneath it. My brother-in-law is an active athlete with snowboarding and wakeboarding, and it just, you never know. You can be the best motorcycle rider in the entire world, but you can't control the other people on the road.
Right.
And I asked my husband, he said, well, I told him to get motorcycle insurance. This is what I do. No, this is what I do for a living. Seriously, my family. And he said it costs too much. It costs too much to have motorcycle insurance. And so now, Derek, I'm sorry, I just called you out, but I love you, brother. And now he says he will never get on one again. But, you know, I have other family members that are in that same situation still. And I know people are out there, and it's not that much, people. It's not that much.
No, it's
What's
not.
the difference in coverage from a car and a motorcycle?
Well, it just depends probably on their driving record. I'm not I will tell you, it's not that much. Even to get UM and BI, a lot of people think they have full coverage on their auto insurance, and they're like, oh, I have full coverage. Oh, yeah, what's your insurance policy? 1020 PIP. That's not full coverage, people. UM, BI, get medical, get stackable insurance policy. You need to do it, and then pay that extra $5 a month to get as high as much as you can afford it. It's ridiculous to not do it because it's going to be exhausted. You go into the hospital for back pain, they're going to give you ibuprofen and an X-ray for $9,000. You're done.
What do you guys think about helmets? And obviously, in the state of Florida, you're not required to have a helmet if you are riding a motorcycle,
Yeah.
right? I mean, a lot of states it's a requirement, of course. I think it's almost like borderline insane.
It is. I think it's like riding between the cars too. It's like
Oh,
that
that's
Froggers.
the worst.
Is
That's
that
the
right?
worst.
That game Froggers? Is that what it was called?
I don't know what it is, but it's dangerous. I mean,
I'm
really.
telling you, the blood banks are hurting.
Yeah.
I guess they really want organs or something. I have no idea,
I
but
think they should require.
yeah.
Well, I wear my helmet in my car.
Well, it makes me think, like, you know, you go on vacation or whatever, and you want to go
I
zip
drive
line.
an old Corolla, I'm sorry.
You know, let's say you and your buddies are going to the Dominican Republic, and you're going to go zip line. They make you wear a helmet, but yet we can go drive on the interstate at 90 miles an hour
With no helmet.
on 2 wheels with no helmet. It's insane.
Do they see the bugs that fly and hit our
Oh,
windshield? Could they
please.
imagine that coming
Yeah.
at you at 90 miles per hour?
Unbelievable.
That actually is a
Yeah.
good point.
That's a great point. What about ladybugs? No, what?
Ew.
Love bugs. What are
Love
they called?
bugs.
God forbid you
Yeah.
smile or you
Oh.
inhale it, and like goes. It reminded me of that movie Overboard with Goldie Hawn, and she's like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ate a bag.
Are you a motorcycle guy, Mick, or no? I mean,
No.
I know it's
Last
fun.
time I was on a
91.
motorcycle, it almost bumped me off.
I know we're a rock station, and we probably have a lot of listeners who ride
You know, it's
motorcycles.
funny,
By the way-
the last time I was on a motorcycle, and this was 30 years ago, the radio station was giving away a motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
So I got to drive it, I got to ride it, and I'm on a hill at a stop sign, and
It's fun.
no, it's not fun. I mean, I almost went
Now,
over.
I will tell you something. I have my motorcycle also endorsed on my driver's license. I believe every driver should be required to take the motorcycle driving safety course. It's a
Why?
2-day course. It makes you a better driver. It makes
Because
you
you're more aware of
absolutely.
the knuckleheads out
Because
there.
my mother, I'm going to call her out now. Oh my God, my family hates me. But my mother, 10 and 2, you know, they don't look. But when you have to be aware of your surroundings. Again, just like my brother-in-law that just got wiped out by that one car, they were not aware of their surroundings, and you have to. So being in that class, it really made me aware of the motorcyclists out there, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I will never ride one unless I'm like in the woods somewhere, I don't know, but never, ever.
Well, the thing
On
too,
the
if you're a
interstate, yeah,
driver and the motorcycle goes around the right side and tries to skip ahead,
Yeah.
those are the ones that are, I mean, you're not expecting that at all as a driver. Maybe this side, but not the right.
And they come up quickly on you too. If, you know,
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
going fast, I mean,
they're
they come
scary.
so fast. And Nick, I remember actually that day. I think I was behind you. I saw your thong hanging out when you were going up the hill. Was that you? Yeah, you were going up the hill in the pink
Just a
thong,
minute.
right?
That was
Just a
not
minute.
me.
Okay, that was
They
someone
had that
else.
shirt on. It said, if you can read this, that means the beep.
I do remember that day, Mick. That was the last time.
You know,
Huh?
there's a funny, it's a post, we posted it, it was a guy with a backpack and a sign on the backpack, and he was a rider, and he said, get off the friggin' phone. That's the problem, they're on the phone.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the
A
phone.
motorcyclist?
They're not paying attention.
They're on the phone?
Well, no,
Or
he's
the drivers.
he's warning the drivers, get off your phone, you know.
So if you have a motorcycle accident, by the way, first of all, call me, 321-282-1055. Shameless plug. I mean, it is called Behind the Law, right? We are sitting in my office.
That's the
Absolutely.
first time we've even
Yeah,
mentioned
I
your
know.
Good boy. 321-282-1055.
It's a lot of firsts with me.
YouHavePower.com. But what I was going to say is, it's rare that I ever get the motorcycle accident that comes into my office that something really badly didn't happen. I mean, I'm normally seeing these people in the hospital. You know, a motor vehicle accident, fine. You know, they're walking in here the next day. You know, that hurts. A motorcycle accident, I'm going to the hospital or I'm going to a morgue, and it's really scary. So be careful out there. Right? Look, I know that the drivers are idiots and it's always the car's fault. But if you are riding a motorcycle, I recommend wearing a helmet for
Most
crying out
definitely.
loud,
Get insurance.
and get insurance on
And give your loved ones.
on the motorcycle. And you mentioned earlier about UM, and I think that maybe some people don't quite understand what UM actually means. Help us understand this UM coverage.
It's I do that.
Uninsured motorist.
Yes, no, I do that because the insurance policies, like other insurance companies, will try not to sell you this, and that's because they make money off of it. It's for the uninsured motorist, because most likely the uninsured motorist, the person that you get in a car accident with somebody else, even if you hit them or they hit you, they're gonna say they have full policies as well. Well, they probably, you know, have the same policy you do if you don't have UM and BI. So the UM is gonna protect you, uninsured motorist. You're gonna get a higher policy, and that's gonna kick in once you kill all your 10, 20 benefits.
If indeed you're wondering, if you get rear-ended and you are injured and the person who hits you has no insurance, what are some things that you can do to make sure that you're compensated for those injuries? Right on the other side of this break, Justin Clark with you. Behind the Law, 321-282-1055, Bud 9441.
Doing your faces.
I'm just trying to read that screen over there.
I know.
You'll go blind. And you can't turn the volume of the phone down, can you? Or if you did, you wouldn't
The
hear
volume of the phone will, yeah.
It wouldn't. You
If
wouldn't
I
hear the Facebook
go off the
thing.
screen
Yeah.
to mute it, then we're off.
VanNostrand?
VanNostrand.
Say it again.
VanNostrand.
The Nostrand.
Say my maiden name.
You have to do that
What is it?
before.
Spielvogel.
We go live.
Spielvogel.
Now say it in German.
Fixed.
Spielvogel.
Have a dedicated.
Spielvogel.
Van.
Well, I think the guys
Suzanne
that were here
Spielvogel VanNostrand.
today, they're gonna kind of string.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Involved.
Absolutely, jinx is
They would call my
Professional,
husband
so.
Master Guns or Master Guns V. Just V.
The Nostrand.
VanNostrand.
Suzanne V is here with us today, ladies and gentlemen.
Or just
Do you
Suzanne.
wanna talk about Toys for Tots?
Okay.
No worries.
I like Wounded Warriors and Toys for Tots. We can talk about that. It's coming up around.
Cause,
I'm just not
you and
gonna-
Aaron also.
Yeah, we get very involved in that, but I don't know who the
Sponsor.
Yeah, not this, I don't know who the, they get
Chair
new,
is?
yeah, the new unit leader
Two
is going to
Toys
be.
for Tots.
Yeah, at the unit over here, so I don't know who the new, it might be still Master Rod and Flores.
And you also do a lot of events or a lot of sponsorship for Wounded Warriors as well.
Yes, yeah,
Because
for
your
my birthday,
husband
my
is,
$2,200
retired.
over it, just for the birthday thing, that was awesome.
Welcome back to the program. My name is Justin Clark. That is AlliMac. McDolan is here. 321-282-1055. Plenty of information on the website. youhavepower.com. Right before the break, we were talking about an auto accident. We're talking to Suzanne VanNostrand.
Yes,
Did I do it right this time?
you did perfect.
How do people reach out to you, by the way, Suzanne?
So people usually I've had the same phone number since I was 15 years old, and considering I'm 21, you know, it's easy to remember. It's,
Ex-boyfriends, do not call her.
They're
She's
blocked.
married.
So my cell phone, they have my cell phone, or they can reach me at 855-4, the number 4, the doc. So they can reach me that way.
Pretty good one. For
Yeah.
the doc.
For the doc.
How do you buy these vanity numbers like that? Where do you go?
Well, I actually have a really great media group that I work with, and they're actually worldwide, and they work with. And actually, I learned about them from my brother from another mother that's a Marine. So he bought it. It was great.
So we
Yes,
talked.
skills.
We talked a little bit before about if you're in an auto accident, and I see this all the time. We were talking about motorcycle insurance, and I see people come in this office all the time who get injured, like terrible injuries, in an auto accident, and then we send a letter to the driver who, you know, the negligent driver, and they're like, oh, sorry, we have 0.0 in insurance, and this is a terrible, terrible
Yeah.
thing that happens. I mean, to actually have a really good personal injury case, you have to have, it all has to come together.
Somebody to go after.
You gotta have someone to go after. I mean, if they have nothing, they have nothing. They file bankruptcy and they're totally out of it. But there's something that you can do, and that's buy underinsured or uninsured motorist benefits on your own policy. It's not super expensive, ladies and gentlemen, to
Well-
buy this coverage. And then if someone hits you and they are uninsured, your own insurance policy steps in and covers it.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. People don't understand that their insurance policy follows them, even if, so my insurance, if I'm riding with Allie over here, who's a fabulous driver, so maybe I shouldn't use her reference, but
So
my
you guys are
insurance-
leaving the Citrus Club. And
Right, we're leaving the Citrus Club like always. Free buffets, stop it.
Citrus Club,
Yeah.
please call us.
But my insurance policy follows me no matter where I go, whether I'm in my car or not. This is the important thing. I have a 17-year-old son. A lot of people that have children,
You just said you were only 21.
I know. Maybe he's not like, okay, well, whatever.
17 months old.
Oh.
Yeah. He's driving, and when you sign for anybody under the age of 18 and they're kids and they're getting their permit, people don't realize that person who's signing for their kids to get their restricted permit and their driver's license just took liability on their children.
Yeah.
So they have only full, what they think, and I'm doing quotations, and no one on radio can see me do this, but live you can. Full coverage, which is 1020. They don't have that they don't have that BI to help cover. It's amazing because other people can actually go after you. They can go after restitution. They may not have health insurance. I mean, it's a whole mess of madness.
Your husband was a Marine.
Always, once a
first
Marine,
of all,
always a Marine.
is a Marine, I guess you would say,
Hoorah.
because it's,
Hoorah.
how is that? How is it being married to a Marine?
Fantastic. My husband looks like John Cena, and
Really? Is that big?
Sorry,
And you look like Sarah Silverman.
Exactly.
So, geez, that's a marriage made in heaven.
well, it's funny because I like to say my husband's like John Cena, and I'm like Nikki Bella as a 0.6 Tesla, and they're the 3.0 version because I relate everything to an MRI. But
You do a lot of community outreach. What sort of events do you
I
do?
do. I love to be involved with the Toys for Tots organization. Every year we start kickoff, definitely around October time. They will start chambering and getting everybody together. I do a lot with Wounded Warriors. I do a lot of, basically, you spoke about autism. I like to reach out to different programs, the breast cancer awareness.
Sure, sponsor
Yeah,
events.
yes, all the time.
Community awareness.
If you're looking for a good cause, there's a bunch
Yeah,
of them out
there
there.
really are.
I'm
There
really
really
big
is.
into the humanity, I'm all about the animals too. I believe that animals are people too. that's why I didn't go into
So
become
you
a
don't-
veterinarian.
you
I
don't-
would die if I saw her animal.
Suzanne also owns some horses as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
used to show professionally.
Hey,
Tennessee
John,
Walkers,
yeah,
Tennessee
right.
Walkers.
Justin's-
First of all, I don't
Walkers.
want to talk to you that much if your husband really looks like John Cena. I don't want him to get any ideas. So,
No, but
we
Tennessee
can
Walker.
communicate. What?
I had Tennessee
Oh
Walkers.
wow. So we have a horse. My daughter has a horse, of course.
Aw.
Of course.
You know, it's
And
a
her
horse, of
name,
course.
and the horse's name is
Mr. Ed.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's scary as hell to me, you know, seeing your little kid. She's 6 years old and she rides the horse all the time. She jumps. I mean, it's really incredible. But she has such a passion for it. And hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you get mad at me, think, oh, he's that like rich lawyer dude just goes and buys a horse willy nilly.
Nope.
It's not like that at all.
Listen, go bankrupt and buy your girls or boys horses. It's the best thing for you because you know what? It's going to keep them out of doing bad things.
Yeah.
It teaches them responsibility.
Yeah, and so I made her actually go for like a year and a half or 2 years before we ever bought a horse. So this wasn't like just a rash decision that we made.
Did a
I made
test drive.
Yeah, we did a test drive for a long time, and she loves it. She'll even tell you, "I love the smell of horse poop."
Oh.
Like I mean,
Manure fights.
yeah, I mean, and she, you know, I made her clean up after the horses.
So she started
and
riding when she was 4.
3,
3.
maybe early 4.
You're such a good dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so great.
And she wasn't scared or anything?
Obsessed,
That's
completely
very
and totally
cool.
obsessed.
She has unicorn magic.
The horse's name is Cherokee.
Cherokee.
her name
I
is
swear to
Cherokee?
Jesus, my first horse was named
Get
Cherokee.
out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, Cherokee. She's
Oh,
like
the-
20 years old.
Oh my god, the New York just came out on me.
Yeah.
But oh my
That's
god.
cool. So it's
I-
ironic because I grew up sort of in Tennessee, and there were a lot of Native American history there, and apparently I have a little Cherokee in me.
Oh,
There
really?
you go.
That's why I like to drink so much. They say.
There, okay. Firewater.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what people have accused me of before.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm kind of weirded out that his,
Yeah, sure.
the horse in Cherokee. Like,
I know,
you know,
it's
I'm like
crazy.
kind of stunned right now. Like,
So do you ride, or what do you
yes,
do? You
I do.
still ride?
I still ride. I used to show professionally, but now I have my one horse, Poison, and I had donated him to.
Poison the horse.
Well, he has the bloodline out of Poison, and his name is technically Poison all over. It's 8 championships. Tennessee walking horses. It's really kind of complicated. In fact, right before we came on, my husband texted me to ask me what I showed him. Apparently, he's having some kind of conversation with somebody, which he never ever cared about the horse at all. He got to feed him once, and he wouldn't even go in the stall. He like holds it over because he's like, I'm paying for this thing. I can't stand it. You know, but yeah.
And
drives
the
me
horse
nuts.
has big teeth.